Welcome to session 8 of the Oasis of Your Blooming Heart Summer Qigong. This is the celebration. This is the completion. We've made it all the way through this experience, and we have created an oasis that nourish not only our body, our hearts, but our minds and our spirits. And we have created community, and we have created this oasis that is a living, breathing space that nourishes us on every level. And so, as we're preparing for this practice, as we're preparing to pass through the final gates, we are opening our body, we're opening our perception, we're opening our hearts, opening our minds. And as we move through this field, preparing our bodies, opening ourselves, reflecting on the journey that we have been on, looking back on where we've been through these last 8 weeks, remembering our intention, and reflecting on what has shifted, what has opened for us. And as you're moving through the field, you're also starting to empty, to to open yourself so that when you arrive at our final gate, which is the gate of devotion, the gate of devotion. What are you devoted to? How do you know what you're devoted to? And at this gate of devotion, which is an act of opening and loving completely, and honoring and humbling and being of service to. What are you devoted to? Who are you devoted to? Why are you devoted? So at this gate of devotion, what needs to be laid down here? What needs to be shed? What needs to be let go of? What needs to be surrendered or released or dissolved or peeled away for you to fully embody and open your devotional heart? Hmm. And when you have some idea of what that might be, bring your hands and feet together. And with a humble bow, laying it down, offering it, offering your devotional heart, and releasing anything and everything that is in the way of you fully embodying your devotional heart, your devotional path. And as you release it, as you offer it, as you let it go, even if you don't know what the words are, maybe you do, but you can feel this heaviness, this density leaving your body. And as you do, there is a natural lightness, a natural aliveness, a natural activation that happens as you start to unfurl your spine. You start to unfurl your shoulders. You start to lift up, open your heart, open your voice. You rise to the occasion. When you step across the threshold into our oasis, and drop into water waves. Feel into this field you have been crafting and co-creating, this field you have been tending to and loving, this field of possibilities, this field of connection, of resources, this field of joy, this field of love. And as you move through the field of love, you are moved and you are moving the field. The universe is starting to respond to you. The Tao is responding to you. Just like when you're in the water and you move your hand and water moves and responds to you. The Tao is doing the same, making your movements be gentle, be intentional, purposeful, loving, knowing that we are in this formless energy of Qi. And we're anchoring this formless energy of Qi and light and love into form, into our body and into Gaia. And so we're starting to shift now from formless into form, and we're coming in contact with our body. Coming in contact with our body. And so when you're ready, you start to drop in to knocking on the door of life. Feeling your body, feeling your form, thanking your body, blessing your body, honoring and loving your body and your belly. Coming in contact with the water and the earth. And in transformational circles, we hear this a lot. My message is in my mess, or my mess is my message. My mess is my medicine, the messiness of life, right? The rawness of life is my medicine. And how I would say that as we're connecting with the water and the earth within us is I would say, my medicine is in my mud. The mud, we're connecting with the mud of our body, the mud in which the lotus grows. So my message is in my mud. So play in the mud. I don't know about you, but when I was a little girl, and I still like to do it, I love to play in the mud or play with clay or play in the soil, play in the dirt. Let yourself play in this clay so you can craft your message, your medicine from the mud. And give your lotus some roots to grow in. Let's bring our hand up to our heart, to our lungs, tapping on that radiant lotus heart, that blooming heart. Some see it as a rose, some see it as a lotus. However you see it is perfect. Bringing some fresh energy here as you breathe. Activating your inner fire, your inner smile. Bringing a gentle smile to your lips. And letting this soft smile, this sweet, soft smile start to enliven your lips, and now your whole face starts to smile. Your eyes are smiling, and your cheeks, and now it's starting to warm your chest and your body, and your heart is smiling, and Just a little bit of you is just smiling in all the spaces, bringing joy, attuning to the frequency. We're tuning our instruments. And we can release and let go of anything that still might be heavy or dense here. Okay, working back down, working back down. And we bring this smile down to our mud, like sunshine, sunlight on the mud, to dry up the places that are too wet and to help the things that are ready to grow start to grow. Bring harmony to the mud. And when you're ready, just drop back into water waves and release and let go and let it all dissolve in this field of love. Just like the water flowing to you and through you and all around you. You are made of water. You are made of love. Love is what truly connects us all. And this is a path of love. This is, in some ways, a devotional path, especially this session. Starting to slow it down now. Starting to let it unwind. Starting to let it work itself out. Let this be a part of the practice. This is a practice in and of itself of letting go, letting it work itself out without you doing a single thing, trusting the process for it to find its way like it's supposed to, without us interfering, trusting, releasing, taking all the time we need. Allowing ourselves to move towards stillness. And even when we find physical stillness, the energy within becomes strong. It continues to move. So we allow our physical body to find stillness. And we drop our attention inside our body down to our lower dantian. And as we breathe here, we see that this energy doesn't dissipate, it amplifies. Maybe some of the busyness might settle, but the full, real radiance and internal power amplifies in stillness. It grows, it fills you. Amplify in stillness. And I would say that message that's in the mud, you can now transmit that message from stillness. So beautiful. Let's keep going. We actually have a long way to go. So we're going to move like a river. I want you to feel your feet on the earth. I want you to feel the strength in your leg. I want you to feel the difference between water waves and moving like a river. How you push and then your spine, push and then your spine flows, and then your head. You push, you sink down, you strengthen, you lengthen, you empower, you move. It's like you're very much a verb here. You're generating. Move like a river. Creating heat, creating warmth. It's an action-oriented movement. Yeah. And now coming to the center, let's go ahead and sit down. Just sit down. Strengthen your legs, letting your knees go out, your bottom, like you're sitting on a tall stool. Taking a nice deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling, turn your toe, turn your heel. Press, separate your hands as you twist and look behind you as you practice coiling snake. Inhaling, stretching, lengthening, elongating, enlivening your spine. Inhale, adjust your feet. Keep your hands nice and low. Stay seated. Breathe, recover. Inhale, exhale, toe, heel, twist, coil to the other side. Coiling snake. Press your hands away. Separate head from tail. Breathe into your spine. Inhale. Adjust your feet. Bring your hands nice and low. Stay seated. Hands on your hips. Move like a river, nice and slow. Bring energy to your spine in a way that feels really good to your body. Returning to center, sitting down. Breathing into your belly. Letting some energy circulate and move through your body, creating warmth. You want to walk your feet in, you can just a little bit. Inhale up. Capture that warmth like steam that's rising, mist that's rising. Capture that steam with the palms of your hands. Capture it, and as you breathe, let the gravity do the work, but bring your mind with your hands capturing the steam down and in, down to your lower dantian, and sealing it in. Making a nice circle in one direction, in the other direction, and harness that energy, harness that power. Breathe it into your lower dantian, knowing we're going to work with that energy. Tapping, activating, awakening. If you notice, we've done the same warm up every time. That's so you have a pattern, you have a way of working with this heart energy and circulating it through your body. Ooh, ah. And down right here at your, these are technically lung points. These are points that are stimulated in times of grief and loss. And not everything feels so beautiful in our heart. So bring that heart light, that heart love to these points. Bring it there as tenderness, as like, oh, I'm showing up for myself. Oh, yeah. And now show up for yourself as you hold both joy and sorrow at the same time. Because that's the truth of it. We hold both joy and sorrow. We hold happiness and anger at the same time. But in this moment, joy and sorrow, and just let it move down through these rivers and streams, down our bodies. And when we come back up, bring in the fresh new thing. We're opening our heart on this path of devotion. A path of devotion is no mamby-pamby path. It is one of presence. It is one of great courage. Right? And so we're working with the truth of the situation, and we're also opening and inviting new, fresh possibilities in. One more time, moving through this pathway. And on the other side, finding these points, breathing into any grief or sorrow or sadness that's here. Let that sunlight, let that sweet smile of your heart start to permeate this space as you tend and care for yourself in a way that's compassionate and real and honest and gentle. And let it move down your arm, down your heart pathway, and up, bringing in something new and fresh, circulating, bringing in this ability to move energy. When we can move energy, we create space in our body. And when we create space in our body, heart, and mind, we can navigate through things without getting stuck. Let's just pause and sense and feel, listening to ourselves, checking in. So beautiful. Integrating. Now, forehead, opening our mind, top of your head, your crown by Hui, down to the back of your head called Jade Pillow. Just do that pathway a few times. Opening, activating, stimulating, and with that same sort of sweet smile, like pricking, opening, coming in contact with the joy that's just locked into those cells, and now we're just opening up so the joy just kind of comes out, alive. Oh, yeah. And down our spine, and finding your kidneys and your sacrum and your glutes. Bringing that sunlight all the way down to your kidneys, your sacrum, and your glutes. Bringing sunlight into these deep places. Shining light in the shadows. Right, and now down this pathway, we're bringing that sunlight and that love and that joy and that sorrow all the way through. And all the places that it gets stuck, all the way down to the top of our foot and into the inside, up our thighs, bringing in fresh new energy as we move up and down, in and out, tending to our meridian system, these heavenly streams. Taking good care of your body. And feel the tingle, feel the sensation, feel this energy that's wanting to move. All right, we're gonna just go one direction this time. So when we bring our hands and feet together, it's time for us to empty out. So choose the side that you wouldn't normally choose. Choose the awkward side because we're opening and stretching. So bring your mind down, all the way back down to your ankles, and gently circle your ankles, making smooth, round circles. Feeling your feet on the floor, loving your ankles. And now letting this energy rise up to your knees. Your ankles and knees are going. Ooh, and once your knees start going, then before you know it, your hips are starting to swirl. You got one thing swirling, so you might as well do this other thing. And before you know it, woo, you are swirling and spiraling and opening your body, and energy is rising up through your torso now, up into your chest, up into your middle dantian, and you are starting to activate, bring all of your joints, even though you're not like circling your wrists and your elbows, you can feel your wrists and your elbows start to come involved, your neck, your hips, all of you, in all these different ways, creating harmony and synergy and smoothness as you move, spiraling through. Ooh, nice. This is truly one of my favorite movements. I love this movement. It feels so good. Ugh. But it's time for us to empty out. So, like water flowing through the creek bed, just let this water pour down out of your chest, out of your heart, and carrying with it any debris because we're doing internal hygiene here. So, it's going down out of our heart, down into our hips. And it's carrying all the debris, all the stuck energy out of our hips, out of our pelvis, and it goes down and it pours down into our knees, and with it, carrying everything that's ready to be released, and into our ankles, whew, releasing everything and pulling the plug at the bottom of our feet and releasing it all into Gaia as you feel the swish. Ah, beautiful, open, open and ready, a vessel of devotion. Okay, we'll do one more stretch and then we're going to sit down. Drop into wave breathing. I'm just simply holding my hands out here because I'm preparing for my stretch. This is spread your feathers. This is to open your heart channel. So as we breathe, we drop our mind into our bellies. And as we breathe, we drop into wave breathing. So our belly expands, our ribs and our chest. And then as we exhale, this breath falls like a wave from our chest to our ribs to our belly. And breathing, belly, ribs, chest. Then chest, ribs, belly. On your own for a breath or two. Now with your next inhale, on your natural inhale, go ahead and gather the energy. And as you exhale, run your fingers, your pinkies across your belt, the side of your hand, your elbows, and let your hands grow out to the side. Pinkies up, palms up, chin tucked, knees soft. Back to the wave breathing. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fingers, elbows slide across your belt, palm up. Last one. Inhale. Let all your fingers touch, come to a beak. And now point your fingers toward your body as you come back into wave breathing, inhaling, exhaling, lowering your ear to one side. And complete that exhale, chin to chest. Stay on that side. Inhale, roll your ear back. Belly, ribs, chest. And exhale forward. Chest, ribs, belly, chin to chest. Staying on that same side on your own. And exhale out all the way. Switching sides now, rolling up the other side. Clearing the lines of tension as you breathe. Rolling your ear across your shoulder. Opening the front, sides, and backs of your neck. Releasing, opening, revitalizing. Last one, chin to chest. When you naturally get there, just simply soften your arms, let your head roll up the middle, and feel and listen. With this beautiful energy, I invite you to find your seat. You can sit in a chair, on a meditation cushion, If you sit on a chair, sit close to the edge of the chair so your feet are flat on the floor and your spine is straight. Give yourself a moment to get settled. And as you start to get yourself settled, adjusting your posture so you feel ready and start to explore opening the flow. As your hands rise as you inhale, and they float down as you exhale. Your hands rise as you gently float back, and your breath enters your body. And as the breath leaves your body, there's a gentle forward feeling as your hands float down. Inhale, rising. Exploring this movement. Nice and soft with your breath. Inhale. Open the flow to the 6 directions. Elbows drop. Exhale, push forward. Pressing forward. Open your palms, open your eyes. Inhale, soften your palms. Draw the energy back in. Now exhale and grow from your midline out. Fingertips reaching out beyond your edge. Now inhale, receive this energy. Magnetize it to you. Turn your palms toward each other at the level of your third eye and simply listen to the space between your palms. And listen to the space between your ears. Simply listening, sensing into this energy center without a big explanation. And on your next natural exhale, draw your hands down to the level of your heart. Have a breath or two here as you listen to the space between the palms of your hands and in the middle of your chest, and just simply feel and listen to this space. If there's pressure, any pressure, just open your arms a little as if you're venting out, creating space. And with your next exhale, let your hands float down your midline again, down to your lower dantian, as your fingertips point downward, and listen to the space between your palms and your lower dantian. Have a breath or two here. With your next inhale, open the flow. Up, exhale, push. Inhale, receive. Exhale, grow. Reach. Inhale, receive. Turn your palms toward each other and just simply let your hands float down. One more time in silence all the way through. Now, instead of opening the flow to the 6 directions, we drop into Tigress, gathers her cubs. Turning from your waist, your hands sweep across the horizon. When you inhale, your palm turns toward your dantian. You inhale, you bring energy through the front. And as you turn your waist, that hand sweeps through your body as if to take something from the front to the back, while your opposite hand sweeps across. As you inhale, palm turns toward you, bringing fresh energy in the front, exhaling old energy out the back as your palm sweeps around. Inhaling, sweeping the temple floor. Sweeping the floor of your sacred container, of your sacred body, tending to your body as a temple. Bringing fresh energy in, old energy out. Doing the foundation. Starting to shift now and rise up to the level of our heart into our main room. The main room of our temple. The main open space. The main chamber. Bringing in fresh love and beauty. Opening up the chambers of our heart, the dimensions of our heart. Bringing in fresh light. Releasing, letting go through the back. Starting to shift now up to our upper dantian. Up into that tower, the watchtower, the attic, the part of our higher perception. Opening the windows of our mind. Connecting with this higher mind, this higher love. Bringing in new perspectives, opening spaces in the corners of our mind. Connecting to this divine love, this divine understanding, this higher order of thinking and knowing. And infusing our mind with this higher order of knowing, with the light. And now we're starting to shift back down and we're bringing that higher mind, that divine mind into our heart space. Fusing our great love with great knowing, great understanding. And now bringing this great love infused with divine understanding and wisdom down into our bodies, down to our temple floor, down to our Jing, down to our essence. And so when we do this great work of clearing our bodies and clearing our shadow and clearing our ancestral lines, it is infused with this love and this compassion and this beauty. And now just bringing your hands in front of your body. It's almost the exact same movement. It's just that the back of your hand comes to the midline and you turn and you draw it in. It's like you're thickening the chi. You're thickening it, making it more substantial, and you're bringing it to your center. And you're slowing it down. drawing it in until your hands rest on your lower dantian, making a triangle of light, downward facing triangle. And let this energy absorb, give it a chance to arrive here. And now that we have cleaned our temple, we're ready to meet a teacher. So bringing the back of your hands to each other as you unfurl your wrist and open your heart. And this teacher is the snake, belly on the earth, the most yin creature, often feared, greatly misunderstood. And this teacher is exquisitely sensitive. And it wants us to know how to be solar and how to shed. So taking a nice deep breath in, and then when you exhale, offer your heart. And when you do, you offer your heart. And this teacher, the snake, wants you to see how when you offer your heart, you lower your hands and you squeeze your glutes and let your hips come forward, your chest come forward, your heart comes forward. There's a vulnerability in your great love. And yet, of course, that's what you're being called to do. And you're gathering all this light, all this resources, all the stuff you've been working for. And just like a snake, you open your mouth and swallow this beauty whole. Swallow your saliva, letting your hands do all the work. Press it down, infusing your body, filling you up with so much nourishment and love, the very thing you've been wanting. You swallow it whole, and when you do, there creates pressure, and there's no room for that old thing anymore. It must be released. It must be shed, and so you offer it, you release it, you surrender it as you humble yourself to the earth, sweeping your hands around your body, bringing your back of your hands touching as they rise up your midline. As you drop your elbows, your hands open, and you return to prayer, resplendent, renewed, revitalized, open and free. And from this great surrendering, this great release and letting go, something new awakens within you. Something higher rises, and that is the dragon. And so the dragon says, call your people, call your audience, call your resources, call your beloved, call your friends, call your prosperity, call your wellness to you. And you inhale, and as you exhale, your hands, your fingertips rise at a diagonal at the side of your head while your gaze goes the opposite direction. Inhaling, lifting your hands in prayer position over your head. Pause at the midline, and then exhale, bringing your hands down the other side as your eyes gaze in the opposite direction. Inhale as you activate your voice, sliding your fingers through. Eyes go the opposite direction. Keep your elbows touching your body. Turn your hands over and activate your heart. Fingers go one direction, eyes go the other. Turn your palms over and slide your palms down in front of your lower dantian. Fingers go one direction, eyes go the other. Turning your palm over, rising back up through your heart. And rising further now through your throat, opening, activating your voice as your hands rise to the top of your head. And if you were standing, you would come up onto your tiptoes, but you're not standing, but you can still rise. Middle fingers touch and connect with this point of light, and simply coax or invite this slender thread of light to come down through your crown, to come down through your upper dantian, down through your middle dantian, and down into your lower dantian. Rest your hands in downward facing triangle as you pause and allow time for this light to arrive, filling your lower dantian. Inhaling, fingers up. The dragon says, call your circle. Magnetize to you, eyes wide open. What do you desire? Bring it to your heart. Inhale, exhale, fingers rise, looking over your shoulder, hands rise over your head and down the other side. Opening your throat, opening your heart, opening your lower dantian, rising through your heart, through your voice, rising up, lift. Connect with that string of light like a silk thread, drawing it down. As you draw it down through the center of your body, it activates your upper dantian, your middle dantian, and your lower dantian as you pause here. Integrate, pause, drop into stillness. And in order to do this great work of magnetizing to you everything you desire, we must be full. We must be filled or have a way to replenish ourselves. So, waterfall, dipping your fingers down into the water, scoop with a heart full of gratitude, humbleness as you scoop up the water, lifting the water as it's so sacred as you connect with the waterfall, and pinky touches your third eye, ring finger, middle finger, first finger, thumb, gently trace down your Ren channel, your conception channel, which goes around your mouth, under your tongue, down your throat, just under your skin, down the central line under your skin, your Ren channel, your conception channel. This is a yin extraordinary vessel. And it comes all the way down to your perineum as you scoop, you lift, and now you drink from your fingers, pinky ring, first finger, pointer finger, as if you're pouring water into your body. As you swallow your saliva, you trace this Ren channel down, filling your body as you're watering your own garden and drinking from your own cup, pouring it down down into your heart, watering the lotus of your heart, as you humble yourself with gratitude and you scoop the water and you pour it into your solar plexus and you scoop the water and pour it into your lower dantian, your cauldron, as if you are filling a sacred vessel. I'll be silent for you to fill yourself, restore. Starting to slow this down and have your last scoop. Resting your hands, diamond of light, on your lower dantian. Now that you are so filled, you are nourished, you are at a place of fullness, you can have healthy boundaries that are not desperate out of depletion. You're full now. So as you bring your hands forward, you start to flap your wings. There's a gentle rise as you lift and a gentle sinking as your hands float down, leading from your elbows and then your wrists, then your fingers. Flying phoenix out of the ashes of a fire. Flying phoenix has experience, has perspective, has compassion for self and others, and they know who they are. They have been transformed. Now, as we rise, now palms up and out. Sometimes you're called to hold your ground, to have very clear boundaries. They're like bright lines. Do not cross this. And other times you can simply soften. You're in control of your boundaries. They don't have to be rigid. You're still holding your space without being rigid. And sometimes you draw inside yourself. Elbows come close to your body as your fingertips rise. You're not collapsing. You are coming inside yourself. That's okay. You are a little smaller. That's okay. Because you will have to stand up and speak up. Again, you'll have to hold that, hold the line, speak the truth, and you'll soften and you'll return to center, into yourself. You're always in center. It's just that you're smaller in this moment. And now you're bigger, clear. And now there's space. And now you return, modulating your boundaries. You know how to work with healthy boundaries to make them fit the need. It's not always just one way. Now, this time, softening and collecting the resources and collecting energy from the earth. So when you rise up, you are a protector. You are resourced. You have this field of safety around your heart. A safe heart is feels protected and can express itself. Fingertips find those tender points, our lung points at our clavicle, and massage them as you tuck your chin like a humble warrior. You do not collapse. You hold your structure while you tend to your needs, while you tend to both the sorrow and the joy. Softening your hands now, placing the palms of your hands over these points as you breathe. A nice inhale and exhale. This is an act of devotion, an act of healing. With your next inhale, you inhale and pull your hands out as if your hands were like magnets, removing anything and everything that's ready to be removed. Bring the center of your palms into alignment. And now bring your palms to the top of your head, connecting with your integrity. And now turn your palms out, connecting with something bigger, aligning you with something bigger. And now soften your shoulders and open to this great love and to this new understanding as you float your hands back down. Rest one hand on your heart and one hand on your dantian, lower dantian. Connect your heart with your dantian as one field, not two separate places, but one place. Lowering your hands now down, both hands down at your lower dantian. Radiant lotus rises. I'm going to mirror you. You're going to use your left hand. So when you inhale, raise your left hand up to the level of your heart. On your next inhale, open. And gently follow and look as your hand moves behind you. You're gently, with eyes of compassion, looking back on the journey you've been on through your heart. You don't have to go far, but look behind you. And as you turn behind you, turn your palms face up, as if to connect with the part you can't see, the part that's hidden. And when you're ready, connect with whatever is ready to be revealed to you. Bring it forward and bring it forward and rest your hand for a moment. Let the earth energy hold it for a second. Inhale and exhale and turn your palm over and see what wisdom, what gifts that you've received from this journey. Just simply bring light of awareness. There's nothing you have to do. Just simply see, simply receive. Now we're going to inhale. As we inhale, we bring our fingers, our pinkies and our fingers, tracing our belt channel. Keeping your hands on your body, slide your hands toward your kidneys, and now letting your hands sweep around. Bend your elbow. Bring your hands up. One hand up over by Hui, making this grid. Connecting to this full big picture. And now inhale and now exhale and bring your hand down, back down to your lower dantian, as if that movement made the shape of a heart, half of the heart. So now when you inhale, your right hand rises to your heart. You breathe, you connect belly to heart. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, open and look, eyes open. This is the future. This is where you're going. Because of this journey, now this is the momentum and the path that you're on. Turn your hands up to receive the mystery, to receive the unknown, to receive what you're ready to receive, and inhale, pull it forward and set it. Let your hands rest. Inhale, turn it over. Simply let the light touch it as you receive what's here of the future, of your next steps, where you're going. As you inhale, you bring that future, you bring those next steps, fingertips, trace your belt behind your back to your kidneys, spiraling up, bend your elbow, line up your palm with your crown as you lift, as you inhale, and then exhale, spiraling back down to lower dantian, bringing all of this with you to your lower dantian. Inhale, both hands rise and open. This is you in the present moment as you reach behind you, touching into the unknown and pulling forward. Pausing, breathing, integrating, now turning your hands over, receiving what is here, past, future, and present moment awareness. The gifts of this practice are here, as you may not know what they are, but they're still here. So you inhale, fingertips trace your belt, hands sweep behind you as you bend your elbows, both hands come up above your head, you lift, you exhale, and you draw it back. You receive it all back down to your lower dantian as you breathe. One more time, just through the middle in silence. Inhale. Exhale, open. I said silence, so I mean silence. I'll be silent. Pausing here. Integrating. We are completing this form now, pulling down the heavens. We open to the sky. We draw this energy down. We mix earth and sky as we integrate, as we float our hands down, completing this practice, completing this form, completing this series, this season, and what an epic season it's been. What an honor and what a gift to be with you and your beautiful heart. One more time. And this time, as you do, your middle fingers touch and you bring your hands into prayer. Just for one moment, hold yourself in the palms of your hands in the Quan Yin Bow with compassion, with reverence for all that you've been through, all that you're going through, all that's yet to come. And bring into the palms of your hands somebody you love dearly who could use some extra holding. Without fixing or changing, just trusting their ability to navigate and find their way. And bringing in even more people now, bringing in your family and your loved ones and your community and the strangers and the people you're serving and your town. And start to bring in all living beings held in a field of compassion. May they find their way back to love. May they remember that they are loved. May they be loved. Nice deep breath, fingertips down. Point this as a seed, as a prayer into the ground. May it take root in your home. May it take root in your garden. May it take root in Gaia. And open your hands so it may take root in your own body, in your own mud, in your internal landscape. May this seed of love and compassion grow. And in right timing, it will grow. Backs of your hands touch. And when it does, it will open you. It'll activate you to take the next steps. Your heart will open. You will find your voice. Your eyes will see clearly as you offer your heart, as you express, as you share, as you give your love as devotion. And it is precious, and yet we hold it lightly because we know it has a life of its own. So we open our hands and together we rise. Because we're together, we rise. We rise because we are in this together. And we turn our palms over and let this blessing, let this prayer, let this goodness, let this compassion, let this great love sprinkle across the landscape like wildflower seeds, just waiting to be pollinated, waiting to take root all over the world. Last, pulling down the heavens, feeling integrated, whole and complete. This is deep work. Sealing it in, stirring it up, and anything that's extra, just smoothing it out and sending it down. And we bow. Right hand makes a fist. May we always rise like the sun. Young, rising, brilliant, magnificent, electric, alive. And may we cycle like the moon. May we know how to come down and in. May we connect with the subtle realm. May we come in contact with the beauty and form. May we follow the path of eminence and presence and listen. And become magnetic and receptive. And we bow. We bow to each other. We bow to everything that's unfolded in this circle, and we bow to our teachers' teachers, and the teacher within. And as we bring this back, we activate our heart of devotion, and we let this heart of devotion infuse into our whole body as we move back out into the world. And I bow to you, each one of you, and I ring the bell. And I ask you, what is devotion? How do you know what you're devoted to? Where in your life is calling for more devotion? What is the difference between commitment and devotion? I'd love to hear from you, and thank you for your practice.